All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Alex, your toxic dating coach. And today we're going to talk about a very important topic, and that's how to avoid the wrong guys. Okay. Um, and this is pretty much the majority of your dating life, to be quite honest with you. It shouldn't be about finding the right guy, even though it's a good thing to look for. The thing is that if you avoid the wrong guys, the right guys will come automatically. It may be slower, but they just come automatically. So we're gonna talk about how to avoid those guys with a few strategies. Um, a few things also is that one, we're having a seminar December 4th in New York City. It's about social intelligence. It's strategies on how to develop social intelligence. You're not gonna want to miss it. It's gonna be part of a course that I'm creating, and I'm actually gonna make that. I'm gonna make it a three-part seminar where the first part is gonna be that week, and then the next part is gonna be next month after January. So go check it out. It's gonna be really interesting. I also have my online course, Nice Girl, that's for sale. You guys can purchase it on the description down below. It's only available for purchase July and November. So this is November. And I look tired. I really am tired. Okay. Everyone asks me if I'm tired. Everyone asks me if I'm high. No, I'm not. Okay. Every time I go to a club, white girls always come up to me asking me for weed. I'm like, bitch, what makes you think I sell weed? Like, what the fuck, man? I'm like, do you have weed though? I'm like, come on, let's go to the back. Come on. I'm like, you're right, I do have weed, but I don't appreciate that I look like it. So look, the first thing is this. You really don't know people when you're meeting people. A lot of the times when you meet somebody, you're looking at it from a very naive perspective. You're looking at it through the eyes of your need, through the eyes of your neediness. And what this is what I mean. When you're a child, you naturally assume that your parents are superheroes. You naturally assume that your parents are all powerful. In fact, if you really think about how you saw them, you really saw them as superheroes. And because of this perspective, you tend to exaggerate their positive traits and you tend to exaggerate and diminish their negative traits. But as you grow up and you still become self consumed with your problems, you're always thinking about yourself because that's what children are. Children are just natural narcissists. You're going to bring that naive perspective into your life. And you're going to begin to see your partners through the eyes of your needs. Meaning that you're so needy that they have to be strong or else you'll feel like you can't survive. So you'll exaggerate their strengths and avoid and not even avoid, but just ignore their weaknesses. And what I learned and what you have to do is that you have to wake up from that naive perspective and begin to look at reality eyeball to eyeball. Because people are always wearing masks to conceal what they really are. But this mask has cracks in it. And what you have to do is learn to see through those cracks. Because people will men in general will want to have three things with you. They'll either want to see more of you, less of you, or are indifferent. They don't care whether or not they see you next time. And it's important for you to be able to identify where do you stand. And a lot of guys will want to see more of you for poom poom, but when I say more of you, I mean they want to see more of you because they like you as a person. So you want to learn to observe because one of the reasons why a lot of you ladies cannot read men and keep falling in love with the wrong guys is because you're self-absorbed. You're not really looking at the man in front of you. You're looking at a projection, a hologram of your needs, a complete projection of your neediness embodied in a man. And so what you have to do is begin to pay attention to your self-absorption and how little you really pay attention to life. Open up your senses and begin to absorb people's energy. Not their words, but register their emotions from within. And I'm going to show you how to do that. Also, the next thing is register people's reaction within you. When people react to you, imagine how they feel when they're reacting to you. Imagine what they would have to go through to feel what they feel inside. You want to develop the habit of not thinking inside yourself and thinking how other people experience the world. That will slowly disentangle the hold your ego has on your thinking. So literally begin to observe other people's energy. When you're talking to somebody, become more interested in their facial expressions more than their words. Begin to observe what they're begin to I'm getting ahead of myself, but yeah, that's the main gist of it, right? Another thing is that don't trust appearances, okay? Never really believe what people tell you in the first one or two times of you meeting them. Usually they're putting on an act. Usually they're acting how they think you will like. So don't trust appearances first. Time will always reveal who people are. So what you want to do is look for as many red flags as possible. And don't see him and look for as many red flags as possible. Make the conscious effort to look for red flags. Make the conscious effort. Because when you like somebody, you're making a conscious effort to look for positive things in them. So the more you like somebody, the more effort you want to put into seeing what are bad, what are the things that are bad about them. And I say this I say this to the people who keep attracting the wrong men, who keep attracting men who have serious red flags. So look for as many red flags as possible. Don't see him and also don't see this guy more than once a week within the first 2 months. And the reason why that is because you don't want to get too attached too soon. Also, have sex with him as soon as you can. If you don't want to have sex with him the first date, that's fine. But the reason why I advise we're having sex soon is because the more you wait to have sex with the guy, the more you end up liking the guy. It's not the same for the guy. A guy has to have sex with you in order to start liking you. Before the sex, he's just on standby. It's like he's just like in the waiting room, waiting to enter. And once he has sex, then you can really meet the guy, right? So this whole thing of waiting to have sex with the guy a long time in order to make him like you is a fallacy. You're only looking at it from a woman's perspective. Once again, self-absorption. Look at it from a dick's perspective. A guy. It's like when you want something from somebody, you're not paying attention to them. You're like, all right, yeah, yep, me too, I agree, yep, save the children, yep, what a tragedy, yep. Oh, can we fuck now? Can we fuck now? Oh, we can fuck. Okay, cool. Now once he fucks, he's like, oh, what were you saying again? Who are you again? Like they wake up once they have sex, and it's like obviously it makes sense for a guy to say that, right? That's what you would think, but. Don't you think I know that's what you guys will say, and I'm still saying it? I'm not saying it because it benefits me. I'm saying it because that's just an observation, right? And this is something that I teach in my course, Nice Girl. And this is something that I'm going to teach in my upcoming seminar in New York City on December 4th. What's it called again? Social intelligence. My fault. I'm just foggy minded right now, people. I didn't even go to school because I feel sick right now. So the next thing you have to look for is learn to pay attention to half-interested men. Learn to identify half-interested men because a lot of the times the wrong guys aren't just toxic. They're just not interested. They could be great guys, but because they don't like you that much, they treat you like shit. And they don't even think about treating you like shit. They just are not interested. You know what I'm saying? But you're there. You're available. So identify the half-interested men and avoid them. The key to all of this is eliminating the wrong guys as soon as possible before you develop an attachment to the guy. So pay attention to mixed signals more often than not. If they show negative emotions randomly, take that to heart and keep it in mind. If it must be repeated in order to be something valid. This can be a leakage of emotion. Just think to yourself. Explain your situation with you. Just think to yourself, right? Somebody is nice to you. Somebody's nice to you all the time. But then when you disagree with them on a political topic, they insult you and they get really angry. And they do it multiple times, right? But then let's say also that within that same week, they also treated you to dinner. They also, they treated you like a friend. What I would do if I was you, I would focus more on the negative. But unfortunately, the more we like somebody, the more we focus on the positive. We forget the fact that they insulted you. We forget the fact that they called you names. And we just focus on the fact that he got you dinner, that he got you this, that he got you that. And that's what causes you to, because people use those gifts, and those good words as a smokescreen to distract you from what they're really doing from behind the screen. So focus more on the negative more than the positive, because they'll tell you a lot more about the man because they're always trying to hide the negative, right? So that's one thing, okay? When it comes to mixed signals, half interested men will always do that. They'll take 10 hours to respond to you, but then they'll text you with a lot of enthusiasm. They'll be late to the date, but then they'll be super happy and enthusiastic on the date. They'll cancel dates on you, but then the next day they'll consistently cancel dates on you. And when I'm saying all of this, I'm saying consistently. I'm not saying once he takes a long time to respond. I'm saying that he always takes a long time to respond. Always. You're always living in anxiety, always thinking about whether he's going to text you back or not. And you're going to have to just take that loss. The pain of leaving somebody who treats you like that, when I compare to the subtle pain you're going to feel being with somebody like that long term, okay? Other things that you could do to pay attention to the guy and to learn about him is to pay attention when he gets excited and when he's anticipating something good to happen. Notice his voice changing. Notice everything. And then contrast it when he's not excited and feel the difference. Literally try to feel the difference in this person. Other things that you could do is notice this man's baseline expression and mood and look for any deviation and why. Look at this person in another scenario and with other people and look at how his behavior changes as well. This is how you pretty much get a panoramic view of the person, like a general view of the person. You're not just seeing the person act and forgetting him. You're seeing the person act. You're registering from within. And then you're observing them in other different scenarios. Maybe they're alone with you and then they behave differently when he's with his friends. And you notice those types of things. And over time, a picture will begin to develop. A picture of this person as who they are will begin to develop on its own. Not out of your projections, not out of what you want to see, but a picture based in reality will begin to form. And this picture will be accurate. It will not be tinted with your projections and with your insecurities. It will be a pretty decent representation of this person. And it's up to you to do what you want with that information. But the whole general gist of it is that you have to be willing to do this. This is a choice. This is a decision. You choose to lie to yourself or you choose to be honest with yourself. It's your call, okay? What I would do is as soon as I see any of these red flags, the sooner you see it, the more quicker you gotta leave from those types of people. It's just that simple. And if you don't want to do this, then you're just gonna have to learn your lesson the hard way, and you're gonna have to lose somebody that you really, really love. I'll see you guys in the next video.
All right, so if you're a nice girl, if you're tired of being played, if you're tired of people not respecting you, if you resent that people don't take you seriously, if people just see you as a sex object, if you feel like people are always playing you, I would highly recommend you check out this course called Nice Girl. I rarely put out courses, and every one of my courses is a specific purpose. Psychological Game of Attraction was for single people. Natural Chemistry was for women in relationships. This course is for specific nice girls. Now, most of you guys are nice. Most of you guys have great hearts. Unfortunately, men take advantage of you. So I have this limited time course. Specifically, you guys can only buy it and get access to it July and November. Now, if you purchase it in July or November, you could have access to it all year round. But you could only purchase it July and November. So this month only, you guys can purchase this course. It's only for a limited time, right? So in this course, you're pretty much gonna learn about how to set boundaries, how to project a powerful presence, how to create healthy boundaries, how to communicate yourself in an assertive way, how to not let people take advantage of you. Like, you're gonna learn the art of how to identify those who are trying to take advantage of you, how to assert yourself, signs of weakness, signs of strength, and how to communicate signs of strength, and how to lower the signs of weakness. All of these things, I can promise you, ladies and gentlemen, look, okay? If you just do what this course says, just doing what this course says, It's going to improve not only your dating life, but your professional life, your personal life, your social life with your friends and family. Because people will always try to test you. People will always see whether or not they can take advantage of you, even a fucking child. So by purchasing this course, you could create a healthy immune system. There are three types of immune system. There is your body's immune system. There is an emotional immune system that you increase through meditation. And then there's a social immune system that is through self-assertion. Okay, so this course will help you build that social immune system to push away certain behaviors from your life and certain people, and by default you attract the right people. So check out that course. One, it's not okay. Look, I'm just gonna be honest with you. It's not gonna fix the problems 100%. I'm not here to lie to you guys. I'm here to give you a realistic expectation. Okay, it's not gonna completely change your life from day to night. But if you do what the videos say, okay, if you're 20% not, if you're at a 20% in terms of assertiveness by finishing this course, you could go through it 40%. Now you guys might say, where are the evidence for it? In my life only. Okay, and through people's experience through applying these methods and through doing research about what actually helps assertiveness. Okay, so I thoroughly researched this course. I put a lot of thought into it. It's not complete. Next month I'm gonna add another part, which if you buy it now, you're gonna have access to it. Okay, so I'll see you guys inside that course, and stay toxic, my friends. Purchase it now, or I'm closing the channel. Okay, see you guys.